How's it going, everybody? This is Craig Bush Rocks. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about 90s horror movies, movies that I watched in the 90s. We talked about the 80s. Got Joel and Hector here chilling out. So, we're going to talk about the 90s. What we're going to talk about first, I got my stack of movies right here. So, let's see what we got here. Um, we're going to start with Arachnophobia. I remember this one came out in 1990. Great movie. It's got John Goodman in it. He's a bug exterminator. If you guys get a chance to, it's a great movie. If you don't like spiders, you might be a little creeped out with this movie because it's got some pretty creepy looking spiders in there. But yeah, Arachnophobia. I got 10 movies here, so let's keep going. All right, what do we got here? Another movie that came out in 1990. Really creepy, dark picture type movie. I mean, just awesome. And this is the Nightbreed Director's Cut. If you guys get a chance to, it's kind of a cult classic movie. Great movie to watch. Let's see what's inside of it. Ooh, it's got DVD and Blu-ray. Can't remember everything about the movie. I just remember the town of Midan or Midan, whatever it was, where these monsters live at. I remember that much about it, but really good movie. Nightbreed. Check it out. Another great movie. Let's see. These kind of go relating the same thing. We're going to talk about Species first. And Species came out in the 90s. I can't remember what year. I got my paperwork. Let's see what year Species came out. And Species came out in 1995. Yeah. I remember watching this one back in the day. A lot of these movies I'm trying to remember as I talk about them because it's been a long time since I've seen them. But they're great horror movies. So if you get a chance to, watch them. Just because I can't explain everything about it, they're great movies. I just remember Species was fun. It's a fun movie. I'm trying to remember what happens. A high definition film transfer charged with a pulse pounding suspense, genius species effect from Academy Award winner Richard Edmond with a beautiful human alien hybrid. Okay, I remember the woman, the hybrid woman. She was a species and she was a murderer. Great movie. Check it out. Okay, and alongside that one, we got Mimic. A monster that mimic things. I remember when this came out. I watched it in the theaters back in the day. Came out, and I watched a couple times after that. But really good movie. This one was released in 1997. So if you guys get a chance to, check out Mimic. Say, who's in this movie? Mira Sorvino, Charles Dutton, Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin. Wow, great. If you guys get a chance to check it out. Let's see, what's another one here we got here? So we got Wishmaster. What year did Wishmaster come out? 1997. It's a Clive Barker film. I think this was based on one of his short stories and stuff like that. The sequels were kind of, this has got parts 1 and 2 in there. So Wishmaster's 1 and 2. I'm going with Wishmaster. Wishmaster was a great movie. Oh, what's the premise of Wishmaster? A magically powerful supernatural evil, the ancient entity known in human legend as the Jinn, can grant a person's wildest dreams, and in this process unleashes some sort of darkness of nightmares. Really good movie. Wishmaster. Okay, another great movie, Clive Barker's. Let me see, what year was this one made in? Lord of Illusions was made in 1995. Another great movie. One of those, like, end of the day demonic type movies, I believe. All these movies I've seen in the theater. I think even Nightbreed I've seen in the theater back in 1990. I was going to the movies all the time in the 90s. I love the movies. But Lord of the Illusions, from the best-selling author and celebrated director Clive Barker, comes a supernatural thriller that rips apart the boundaries between sanity and madness. Between the art of illusion and terrifying forces of magic with heart-stopping suspense. Let's see, Scott Bakula, Quantum Leap, he's in this movie. Portrays Harry the more private detective visiting Los Angeles on a routine investigation. Harry gets more than he bargains for when he encounters Philip Swan, Kevin O'Connor, performer of Amazing Illusion, and captures the world. It's a great movie. If you guys get a chance to check out Lord of Illusions, Clive Barker. If I remember correctly, if it's got a creepy looking demon in there. You can see a little picture if you guys can see it on my camera. But awesome. Let's see, where am I at right now? Let's go with Candyman. Candyman was 1992. I'm bringing this one up because they got a new Candyman movie out. Yeah, good old in the city, and got this little myth, got this little deal there where if you say Candyman 3 times or 4 times in the mirror, and this dude with a hook comes in and kills you. Pretty much it. All I remember is a bunch of flies. Yeah, great movie. I shouldn't explain too much about it if you guys seen the new Candyman, but get a chance to check it out. Who's in this movie? Let me see. I got my paperwork here. Bernard Rose, starring Virginia Madsen, Tony Todd. He's been pretty much all of the Candyman movies. It's another Clive Barker short story too. So Candyman. One thing, I think this came out in 1999. This is let me make sure I got this one correct. Of course, I cannot find it, but the Blair Witch Project, I believe this was released in 1999. I remember the hype for the home video found footage movies when they first came out, and internet was still kind of in its early days in 1999, and people, when they seen the previews for this and trailers for this thing, everybody thought it was real, and it was like a documentary or something like that, and they're showing actual footage. But it really wasn't. It was just a low budget horror film that really, really did good. I mean, it made tons and tons of money and made crappy sequels. But yeah, if you guys get a chance to, Blair Witch Project, if you haven't seen already, forget the sequels, just watch the first one. Then we got Arnold Schwarzenegger's End of Days. Let me see here. End of Days, End of Days. I had a third page. That's why I'm not finding everything. Oh well, but came out in the late 90s, End of Days. This is when Arnold Schwarzenegger is getting kind of older and, not doing Terminator no more. I can't remember if this is before the Governor or after the Governor. I don't know, but he was getting up there. So I think he was a cop in this movie. He was supposed to protect somebody, and at the end, spoiler alert. Yeah, okay. But if you guys get a chance to, it's one of those little End of Days demonic devil gonna get you type movies. So End of Days. And the last movie I'm going to talk about is my favorite movie. Came out in '92, and that's Sam Raimi's with Bruce Campbell's Army of Darkness. Everybody knows my favorite movie right there. Love this movie. I ain't gonna talk about it too much because I talk about it all the time. It's still kind of weird because I got my Evil Dead Groovy collection over there. It's got all the Evil Dead and Evil Dead series and all that, but I won't put Army of Darkness, and that really kind of burned my britches, but that's fine. I got a pretty badass Blu-ray set up there too. But yeah, Army of Darkness, sequel to Evil Dead 2. Tell me what you guys think of this little stack of 90s flicks right here. Maybe I'll go into the 2000s and talk about some movies there. I kept Scream out of it. I like Scream, but it's what it is. Everybody knows about Scream. Maybe I'll do a Scream video someday just on that franchise by itself. But other than that, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Tell me what you think of some of the 90s movies. Have you seen any of these movies? Let me know. If you don't like 90s horror movies, you can always give it a thumbs down. It don't matter. Comment down below what's your favorite movie. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Share this video with anybody that might be interested in these kind of movies. And hey, I'll see you all in the next video. I gotta get ready for work. I think my dad's making spaghetti. Oh yeah. See ya.